Whoever wrote the scripts for 2026 is my new favorite person ever, because whatever's been in the water with these bands and the music scene in general, we've had so much good music come out this year. I feel like if you cut off the year right now and said this is the last day of the year, you have to make your rankings, my top 10 songs of the year, my top 5 albums of the year, I feel like I already have more to work with than we had the entirety of last year. And we have so many bands putting out their best works to date. So many bands that I never knew I liked, bands that I'd never heard of, that I'm getting to experience and I'm getting to enjoy. And more importantly than anything else, we have bands coming back and returning after huge breaks, huge hiatuses that I never thought would come back. Obviously, Carnival is the notable one. But there are lots of bands in so many different genres that I never thought would break the silence, coming back out of nowhere. I feel like there's just inspiration in the air that everyone's starting to feel. And it's got to a point where I actually started joking around like, oh, maybe the Contortionist will release something. Maybe Tool will release something, who knows? And then out of nowhere, we get a Perfect Circle, who haven't released anything in 8 years. Anything with Maynard James Keenan on it getting a release at this point in time is a milestone. It's a historical moment. And it's been a long time, as I just said. I'm not as big a fan of A Perfect Circle as I am of Tool. I feel like that's probably the same with many people. But there are absolutely some classics on their first few albums that I love. But so many things can happen in 8 years, and I'm not going to miss a chance to check out some new music with one of, if not the best ever rock and metal vocalist of all time. Maynard is just undisputed and so good at what he does. Such a humble figure as well. I'm so excited to check this out, and I have no expectations. Fresh, clean slate coming into this. This song is called Starless. It's about 4.5 minutes long. We got a visualizer here on YouTube, and let's continue this incredible year for music. Check out some Perfect Circle, man. I'm already hearing synths, which I like. And a very nice lead tone. Okay.
Power hungry, cold authority, looking out for me, so they keep telling me, preach on constantly.
That's a dark looking video. Holy shit.
It's a debility. Might make sure you see.
Ooh.
That poison worm gone in, got up under my skin. You can bend the knee, or become the enemy. Where am I going?
This is so sick so far. Ooh. Why is that lead so nice? It's so simple, but it's so good. It's a very specific emotion to it, or a message. Oh. Ooh.
Obliterated.
That's my new favorite lead melody of 2026. Damn. Okay. I don't know if I was expecting to like that so much. I'm gonna be honest here. I really don't know if I was expecting to like it as much as I did. Wow. Let's talk about this one. Granted, there's plenty of Perfect Circle that I haven't heard yet, but I think that might be the best I've heard from them so far. Which is kind of crazy to say because the song is very simple in structure. It's very repetitive, so I could understand people not really liking this one. But that lead melody's so addictive, I found myself humming it as soon as I stopped recording that reaction section. It's already in my head. And it just feels like it tells so much of a story and a message on its own. I don't know what it is about it. The tone from the overlaying synth and lead guitar, playing I believe the same thing for most of it during that section, makes that melody so powerful. A bit of a fuzz in it, but so much backbone, and it's the thing that's standing out the most in the mix by far, because you got those even fuzzier, chunkier guitars in the background that give everything a nice pulse. I love that some of the verses are dropped down onto the toms, and then they establish out more of a groove that feels like a 7/8 groove, but I believe the song's just in 6 the whole time. But I love that lead melody so much. It feels like a war cry and a march into battle, a perfect way to set the tone for an album, at least to me. I really hope that if we are getting an album from them, that this is the first song. I feel like it's a great tone setter, a great establisher of a song. And it is pretty hard to explain what makes this such a great song. It's just incredibly tight songwriting. I don't know if catchy is the right word, but it certainly gets stuck in your head. It's very hypnotic. And we've obviously seen Maynard do plenty of hypnotic and spiritual stuff with Tool, far more complicated stuff. He's dabbled in everything, so when he's able to kind of sit back into a pocket and figure out where the breathing space needs to lie, where the melody needs to hit, what tones to focus on when it's a shorter song like this, he's able to make something really beautiful. When I think I've heard other bands do kind of stuff like this, where it doesn't necessarily go anywhere and it doesn't play around with the structure too much, and I get bored really easily, but this was such a nice, comforting listen, and I feel like I'm going to be listening to this all week now. Like, it's already plaguing my head. It's calling me back to go listen to this more, which is interesting because I don't know if that's really what the song's supposed to portray. The video looked really dark. The song is called Starless. Yeah, maybe that marching element is them wanting people to re-listen to it so they really get the message in their head. Maybe that's why they made it a little bit more catchy. But I just can't stop praising that kind of melody, that lead on the guitar. This is a great song. And when it got a little bit more heavy, a little bit more groovy, makes me feel like that's more of what they're showing the album's going to be about, what's more to come in the storyline. I feel like this is perfectly setting up a concept album, if that makes sense. As always, I think Maynard sounded perfect, and he wasn't overdoing anything. He had that kind of grit and just natural Maynardness, that kind of attitude that he always does, but he was flowing in between everything really nice. That lead melody and those chugs were always going underneath everything, but he wasn't following onto any of the melodies. He wasn't piggybacking anything. He was asserting himself in the mix of the song. And I just think it's the perfect return song to announce yourselves. I don't think there's much else to say to it. It's just a jam and it's a banger. This is the definition of a one-off banger, but I feel like you can hear obviously how it could play into a full story. So I really hope we're getting a full album here. An amazing return for A Perfect Circle. I thought that was an awesome song. I can tell I'm going to be blasting it for the rest of the month, probably the rest of the year. And if these guys end up dropping an album too, I don't even know what to say. There's too much going on this year, and there's not a lot announced out in the second half of the year, but this first half has been so overloaded and so overwhelming. I just don't know how many more announcements I can even handle. But this, I'm never going to complain about some new MGK. MGK. Bro. Maynard James Keenan, MJK. Some more MJK music, no matter what project he's in. What a great song, what a great band, what a great voice, what a great vibe this track carries. Let me know what you guys thought of the song. Let me know how you think it compares to their past releases. Let me know if you think it was worth the wait. I actually think it was, and I will see you guys next time.
How do